Hello, friends. Today's topic is mind. What is mind? Mind is the knowing instrument of the self. We experience the world of names and forms through the mind. The mind has a good nervous system, sense organs, and consciousness. The nervous system is the most important system in our body. We know the world through ears, skin, eyes, nose, and tongue. We experience sound through ears, touch through skin, taste through tongue, smell through nose, and color through eyes. All the five senses should be in perfect order, and there must be the mind to receive the impressions carried by the senses. So, first comes the sense object, second the senses, and last the mind. Understanding will take place only then. To know means there must be a subject, object, and knowledge. The ideas of subject, object, and knowledge are only in the mind. If there is no mind, there is no understanding. Mind is very subtle force having consciousness at its back. So it knows what it does. In the waking state, the mind works in the brain center. In the dream state, it works in the lower brain center. That is why the waking state experience and that of dream state differ. In the deep sleep state, the mind merges momentarily in the self or spirit or consciousness. That is how in deep sleep one remains without any experience of the world. The mind has different functions. When it receives or rejects an idea, it is called the mind. When it discriminates, decides, and brings knowledge of a subject or object, it is called intellect. When it identifies itself with the body and senses, it is called ego. When it forces the motor energy of the body into action, it is called will. Mind has four main faculties: willing, feeling, thinking, and gathering. In a person, all the four faculties are not fully developed. By purity, by self-discipline, celibacy, and mind control, one can develop full all the four faculties of the mind. The mind has no color and no form of its own, but it takes the color and subtle form of the thought object. As soon as a thought takes place in the mind, it projects the whole scene of the thought object in the brain center in a subtle form, and then only the knowledge of the thought or understanding of the thought takes place. So, name and subtle form always go side by side. They are quite inseparable. So, our rational or irrational imaginations have a subtle form in our brain center. In that way, we are the greatest creator. The mind works in the conscious plane, subconscious plane, unconscious plane, and superconscious plane. In the waking, it works in the conscious plane. In the dream, it works from the subconscious and unconscious planes. After attaining samadhi, it works from the superconscious plane. Mind is our good friend as well as foe. Loka samasta suvino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti. May all beings be happy. Namaste.